doing.
Welcome to the Exton Square Mall in Exton, Pennsylvania. I visited here in late December of 2022, and I just came after visiting the Coventry Mall up the road. First, we're going to see the mall in the daylight hours, then we're going to pick up later at night to really capture what it feels like being in there at night, and it feels really creepy and it just feels really uneasy. So you'll see that in the end of the video, but we're going to get into the history because it goes really far, so let's get into the history. The Rouse Company developed this mall and opened the Exton Square Mall in March 1973. At the time, there was one anchor, Strawbridge and Clothier, with the Strawbridges being surrounded by other stores, like in a square shape. The mall also housed one of Pennsylvania's Chick-fil-A's, which remains to this day, although I don't know how long they have left because Chick-fil-A is pulling out of a lot of malls, so Exton could see the same fate. In the early 90s, the mall was in need of a renovation, and in 1995, the Rouse Company announced plans for Exton Square Mall, doubling its size, and to do this, the Rouse Company purchased 12 acres for the expansion. In 1996, Boscov's and JCPenney both signed leases with the mall, and a year later, in 1997, Sears jumped on board. Excavation for the new expansion started in December of 1997. This new expansion came with 3 new anchor stores, a new food court, 2 parking garages, and a new second level. In addition to expanding the mall, the Rouse Company improved US 30 and PA 100 near the mall to add better entrances and exits of the mall. This came in at a total cost of $3 million. Boscov, Sears, and the new food court all opened in 1999. Construction concluded in May 2000 with the opening of JCPenney and 48 new stores. A grand reopening was held for this event. The whole expansion of the mall in total cost $125 million. After this new expansion, the number of stores in Exton Square Mall increased from 95 to 150, and retail space expanded from 453,000 square feet to 980,000 square feet. In 2003, however, the Rouse Company began to decline and sold the mall along with 5 other properties to PA Real Estate Investment Trust, or PRIT for short. Altogether, they sold the malls for $548 million. In 2005, Federated Department Stores purchased the May Department Stores, who at the time were the owners of Strawbridge's, and planned to convert several Strawbridge's locations into Macy's. This included the store at the Exton Square Mall, which converted over to a Macy's in 2006. In January 2014, Mainline Health opened a 32,000 square foot healthcare facility on the first floor of the mall. This new project did fill a lot of vacancies in the mall though. Although that same month, JCPenney announced that it would be closing its store at the Exton Square Mall along with 32 other stores. On September 10, 2015, director Kevin Smith announced that the Exton Square Mall would be used in the filming of Mallbrats, which would be the sequel to his 1995 film Mallrats. Mallbrats was originally intended to be filmed at the Granite Run Mall, but the plan fell through due to the mall's impending demolition. Although, in February 2017, plans for filming Mallbrats were completely canceled. In 2016, Priat acquired the vacant Kmart outparcel and demolished it to build a Whole Foods Market, townhomes, and a new entrance to the mall. The Whole Foods Market eventually opened on January 18, 2018. In December of 2016, a Round 1 arcade opened on the first floor of the vacated JCPenney, and the Round 1 is still there this day, and it does do a lot of business. I mean, when we were coming back at the mall at night, the parking lot for Round 1 was packed, but it still wasn't enough to bring shoppers into the mall though, unfortunately. On July 14, 2019, it was announced that the Sears store at the Exton Square Mall would be closing. And if you would like to see what Sears looked like in its liquidation process, I did capture it on film. So if you want to check that out, you can. I'm going to link that up at the upper right-hand corner of your screen. But back in 2019, my filming skills were not as great at the time, so bear with me on that. But the Sears eventually closed in September of 2019. Alright, so right now we're in the really nice food court at the mall, and this line of people here, and by the way, this is the busiest part of the mall, but that line of people there was for the Chick-fil-A, and there was no way I was going to wait in that line for lunch, so I actually went here to Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks for lunch, and it was pretty good. So if you're ever here at Exton Square Mall and you don't want to wait in that long line at Chick-fil-A, go and take a visit over at the Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks. Alright, well, we're about to head downstairs, but right now we're over here at another Macy's entrance, and by the way, that empty space there straight ahead, that used to be a Cinnabon. So, really cool they had a Cinnabon at this mall, and I'm sure they had Annie Ann's too, but Cinnabon was right there. And now we're heading downstairs. And down here is where the mainline health center is and the Round 1 arcade, and we'll see that coming up here momentarily. But this post right here, that reminds me of the Century 3 Mall one, where it would tell you where everything is. But right down here is Round 1 in the lower level of JCPenney. And like I said, that was really busy the day I was here, and especially at night. That is when everybody goes to Round 1 at night, so that is one of the busiest places here, other than the food court, obviously. But yeah, Round 1, they have actually a food and bar in there, so I guess when you're playing in Round 1, you don't have to go to the food court. There's a food and bar in there, but maybe some of those people in the food court did come from Round 1, but who knows. But now we're heading down here towards Boscov's, and there's actually a really cool vintage old Deb shop down here. It's now this place called NHE or something. But yeah, that's down here as well. And then you have the Boscov's entrance lower level down here too. Well, right here is another Macy's entrance, and this is also where the lower level ends. So it only goes almost half of the upper level. But we're also about to transition into night mode here at the Exton Square Mall, and it's really creepy at night. It really just gives off a really uneasy feeling when you're here at night. It just feels like you want to leave. So I think we're going to be transitioning into that night phase right about now. Well, everybody, we're nearing the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed our walkthrough of the Exton Square Mall, both at day and night. But if you did enjoy, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We got so many cool malls coming up here. We're going to go down to Maryland, finish up the DC, Baltimore trip. We're going to go and do some more malls around the Philadelphia area coming up here in March and February. And make sure to stay tuned for all those. You don't want to miss any of those episodes. And we also have a very long episode here, two long episodes coming up here on the North Hanover Mall, York Galleria Mall. Actually, 3, I forgot. The Rockville Outlets, which is supposed to be demolished here soon, part of it. But we're going to do documentaries on that too. But they're going to be longer episodes than this. But make sure to come back next week here for the Carlisle Plaza Mall in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. But like I said, if you haven't yet and you enjoy this content, please subscribe. And with that said, I will see everybody next time and have a great day.